Hi everybody, it's Michelle, and in this video I just wanted to show you guys just a quick run through of how the month of October 2014 went after I moved my Hobonichi into my A5 Filofax. So let's get started. Now I just want to apologize in advance if my voice kind of goes in and out, or if I start coughing. I will try to cut out the camera so it's not too bad, but I did get sick and my voice is going out on me, so we'll try to be quick. But this was October the 1st here. I was still in the Hobonichi. I think it was, let's see, right here on the 16th is actually when I cut the book apart and I put it into my A5 domino. So throughout the month, I was trying to use just one color for my notes for each day, and this kind of worked out for me with keeping my notes, but for some reason, some days I switched back, and I don't even know why I did, and I started putting my journaling cards, and once fall started, I got on this thing where I was doing all these fall leaves. Before this, I was doing my flowers for the summertime. So most of my days have lots of fall leaves, which is I enjoy. Just coloring in my fall leaves for each day. This was still in the Hobonichi. Lots of pictures. I use my LG Popo printer, and I love this thing. I usually print out the smallest pictures. I try to get 4 pictures on one sheet, and so those pictures are smaller. A couple of them are bigger. I try to take a snapshot every day. Sometimes I forget and I don't have a picture for the day. But in my book covers also. Just going through, like I said, my book covers, I put the cover on the day that I start to reading the book, and I just do a little note about the book. We had a baby shower here, we enjoyed that. It was a storybook baby shower for my niece. We got our new kitty cat. My grandson found him in the hedges out on our front porch, and he wanted to name him Sonic, so he's called Sonic the Hedge Cat. We celebrated my dad's birthday that day. We all went out to eat at a restaurant. More books. I usually read about a book a day, but sometimes I can go like 4 days and I don't finish a book. It just depends on what I have going on. I started slowing down, not taking so many notes in my planner. Book, cool moves. My grandson was doing cool moves on the floor. My granddaughter's here too. They were both breakdancing on the floor. It was hilarious. This was my TV night. Always Thursday nights on my TV night. I have to watch Grey's Anatomy, Scandal, and now How to Get Away with Murder. This day here was my husband's birthday, and he took my grandson down to the coast to go fishing. It was the first time he went fishing, and he did very well. He caught about 15 fish. He had such a good time. And the new kitty decided to take a nap with my granddaughter. See, I just try to get these shots and stick it in for the day. More of that. This here was the day on the 13th where I got my A5 domino. This came in the mail, and I set it up, and I did do a video on that and how I originally set it up before I put this in here. And this was a great day. It was really windy. The kids went out to fly kites, and they were playing outdoors. They had a great time. This day, nothing. There's like nothing there. I don't know. I think I did do a video, and I didn't have anything to put here, so I just cut out one of the little scenes from the Hobonichi pamphlet and put that in here with some washi tape. Over here, I did reorganize my washi tape. I started using these O-rings, and I put about 3 or 4 on one, and then I started stringing them together to hang up on the wall so I can use my washi tape. I needed it to be organized because I had put in an order for more, and I wasn't using the washi tape that I had already because it was up on the shelf and it was hard to get to. So now I have it hanging right in front of me, up here in front of my table on the wall, where I can see everything that I have. I also did a video this day on how to add or how to put in the iPad mini into your binder. This was TV night. It was my sister's birthday. I started sticking in receipts and jotting a little note about the shopping trip or what the receipt was for. My new washi tape came in the mail this day, and I really like this order that I got off of eBay because I got my favorite little kitty washi tape I use mostly towards the end of the month of October. And this one I'm going to be using a lot, I think, for November in these fall colors here. And this was a picture that I downloaded off of Instagram, and it's of a Hobonichi page. I believe it's an A6. And I wish I could get mine to look this way. Let me see if I can focus that. I would never have the time or the patience to do my pages like that, but I just love it. This was the Saturday, and my poor grandbaby, she got so sick that day, and she's still not completely over it, and this is what I'm sick with now myself. I got my order from Jet Pens on my Unistyle Fit with all my refills, and I also did a free pattern I put on my blog, and I did a video for making this headband, the ear warmer. This Sunday we got another new kitty, so we have 2 kitty cats now, and we decided to name her Zelda. So she's the Legend of Zelda. So we have 2 cats named after video games now. I got a new chair it's at my table where I'm sitting at right now, so it's more comfortable, much more comfortable than what I had before. Another receipt. Videos, I did do, let's see, I did 2 videos that day. This next day I put in an order for Paper Chase for 3 pocket planners and a couple of other things. I did do an unboxing video of that, and I will show you, well, I'll show you on the day that it comes in. My youngest grandbaby got a new puppy. That's a picture of him with his new dog. A new pattern that I'm working on. So by this point right here, this was the day that I cut apart the Hobonichi and put it in here. So this was all done in here in this binder. On this day, the kids played in the sprinkler. I actually started 2 new books that day because I finished this one and I started that one, working on another new pattern. This here at my TV night. And I also started just gluing in some pictures that I had found, free images on Google of different fall scenes. And I just printed them out on my printer and glued them in and covered up all the quotes on the bottom. I also stuck in some journaling cards that I had out of a little smash book. More journaling cards. Another picture. My grandson, he went with my niece's little boy to his fall festival at his school. More books. We went to a birthday party this day, but I don't have any pictures from the party. I don't know why I didn't take that many pictures, and I didn't put anything there. This day, there's absolutely nothing on here. I don't know why. Oh, I had a headache most of the day. It was a bad day. There's hardly anything on this day, too. This was this past Sunday and Monday. By this point, I noticed that I was having a hard time keeping my notes in here because I stopped putting things in my index, and so I couldn't find my notes. So I know I'm going to have to come up with a different type of system for keeping track of information. Tuesday, I tried to keep notes in here again. I just went ahead and wrote my notes in. Well, I didn't have my notes here because I was trying to keep them in the weeks. See, and keep my notes here in the weeks. I tried here with these personal pages. That didn't work. The week before, I was doing bullet journaling in the week. That kind of worked. But I just went back to doing it here. This was the day that my Paper Chase order came in. And here's the one that was my favorite out of all of them. This one is leather. It was on sale for $20. And They no longer have them. They're not available on the website anymore. The last time I checked, I guess they're completely out of stock. And I really wish that I could use this, but the rings are just way too small. It's not going to be able to do what I wanted it to do. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I may give it away or just keep it for the future because it's so pretty and I love it. But I got this one and 2 others, plus some stencils and some little inserts to put in there. And also we carved our pumpkin this day. That was the Wednesday. And that's the day that I got really sick. Thursday was my TV night, and I also worked on some divider tabs for the pocket size. And these are the actual tabs here that I stuck in here. I hand drew them and watercolored, and then I scan it onto the computer and save it. And these are the finished product that I have for myself. And these are in my shop right now, either in Poochie Baby Shop or in Etsy also. So I have these 3 and 2 page markers. And since I don't have them in one of my other planners right now, I just stuck them in here. And I did laminate my finished products because I like to do that for my own personal binders. So they're there. And this was yesterday. This was Halloween. So I have all my pictures of the kids in their costumes. And we also had a birthday party for my niece who turned 12 on the 22nd. So we just waited until then to celebrate when everyone was together to go out trick-or-treating. They had such a good time. The weather turned out to be really, really nice because it's been so hot here. It's been warm, and we finally got a front come through, and it was nice and cool, and it was just perfect weather to go trick-or-treating. And this here is actually today, which is the 1st. I'm filming this today on Saturday. And here in South Texas, it's El Dia de los Muertos, and the Day of the Dead, or All Souls Day. And so it's a big deal here. If you drive through town or even on the outskirts of town, the little towns surrounding San Antonio, it's just the cemeteries are just full of flowers. It looks like a sea of flowers, and it's just so crazy beautiful sometimes. And some of the things that people do to decorate the grave sites, it's really, really nice. It is, like I said, a big deal here. This is just a sticky note I put on. This was my to-do list for today, and it came out of my pocket planner. And I'll go over that real quick in just a minute. I'm going to quickly go over how I'm going to start using my pocket planner. And this here, I just stuck this in. I found these today online, a free printable. It's from Pembroke Lane, and I noticed that she put these new printables on for at least November and December, and they're pocket sized. And this was just my example that I printed out, and I printed out some new ones for November and December, which was all that she had up on there for right now. And I'm going to use these in my pocket. So I just stuck that there because that's the one I used for an example. And that's it. That's how the month of October went. It's been over 2 weeks since I cut the book apart and put it in here, and I do not regret it at this point. I'm having I like the fact that I can stick this in here, like my dividers. I can stick this here, and I'm not having to tape everything in. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to actually use my new Hobonichi that starts at the beginning of 2015, because I still have until the end of March in the Hobonichi, this particular Hobonichi, because it's the cousin, spring. So I may just continue to use that one and put those in here, and just use this as more of the journaling type, which is what I really wanted to do with it, because I will take the notes out of here, out of the pocket size, which I'm going to use for my planner, and just stick them here. If I don't feel like working on that particular day in this book, I'll have a record of everything that I did that day, and I can go back to it and put in my notes or do my drawings or stick my pictures in, whatever it is I want to do for that day. So it's working out well. And even with after using up the spring, the cousin spring, I may decide to just use papers from my Barnes and Noble journal to continue doing this without actually tearing apart a new book. Because when the new year starts, I don't know if I'm going to continue to do this with my weeks, because this was just sort of this obsessive idea that I got that I had to track all of my time and everything I was doing every day, and I may not need to continue doing this. And if I do, I have my little book, the weeks book that came, or that I ordered with my A6 Hobonichi, and that I can actually fit into my pocket-sized planner and keep track of it that way. And I don't need to use these papers. And as far as the monthly calendar goes, I can download one of these for free or make my own to have in here. And just stick my appointments or do just a picture a day or figure out another way to use it. So November's going to kind of be a month where I'm going to test out trying to use this pocket planner, because I want to be able to take this with me everywhere, and my wallet is in here too. Now, it's not going to be this planner because I've mentioned before, I don't really like this patent red one. There's something about the feel of it. I don't like it. I wasn't able to use this one, this gorgeous one, because those rings were too small. And this one has, like, I think it's 19mm rings. And so I was able to fit everything in here. I did order 2 more pocket planners. I ordered a Finsbury, and I ordered a Cover Story from this past year, the one with the flowers. And they both have the larger rings, so I should be able to fit what I need in those. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. I also ordered a personal size Cover Story, which I have no idea what I'm going to do with that one. I just ordered it because I knew that they weren't going to be available forever, and it was there, and it was only a few dollars more than the pocket size, so I just got it. Hopefully I'll get those Monday or Tuesday, and I'm going to be testing this out and see how it goes. I'll do a video on that probably in a week or so to do an update on that, but just quickly. You'll see that, excuse me, I have all my cards in here, my shopping list, and this right here is where I stuck my to-do list. This is where I'm my to-do list for the day. And I'm going to try to not be so obsessive about keeping notes on everything. I just really need to keep notes on the most important things that I really need to remember for the future. And let's see, I kept a few inserts from the Paper Chase Planner, the vertical months, timetable, and these here are the printables from Pembroke Lane, which has the month, and then there's a section here. She also had a fold out, which is the month. This one was the trifold, which I liked because I can do my bills and income here. And then I still had room to put more notes in for whatever I want to keep track of for the month. I just had to write really small, but that was okay. I don't mind writing small. And on the back is a checklist. So I have, just my different daily tasks that I want to do for the day, for each day. And then these here are tasks that aren't necessarily daily, but maybe once a week, twice a week. And I'll just keep track of those down here. And this is all personal stuff. Here on this are all of our appointments, doctor's appointments, when they get out of school early, all that good stuff there. And I just have November and December in here. And then the next tab, this is all business related stuff. I separated it out. So on this side with the calendar, I just have my stats here. On the first of every month, I check my stats and I write them down so I can compare it to the month before. And on each day, I'll write in what video or blog post that I posted that day. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. I'm still thinking about what I want to put in here. And on the back, it's just tracking. So it's just different tasks. These are daily tasks that I want to do every day. And here's down here, just, you know, whether I did a video, or if I worked on a pattern, if I worked on a printable. And these are not daily things, and it may be a pattern that takes me a few days to work on, and I can indicate that I did work on it by maybe doing half a block, and then the entire block on the day that I do finish. So I'm going to keep track of all that here, and I will be doing that here instead of in here on one of these sheets, which is what I was using. So I do have November, and then I have some notes. Just, these are my notes on testing out the pocket size and the things I want to have. This is projects and ideas, so this is just like my blog post, videos that I want to do, different patterns that I want to write. Some extra there, and then I have December here waiting to go, and I have blank tabs. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in there, and these are blank papers just to jot notes. Now if I'm at a doctor's appointment, I need to write a note, I'll go ahead and use one of my blank papers here, and I can always come stick it in this book. I'm going to continue to use this, but it's going to be my journal and reference book. So I can just put it behind my A to Z tabs and file it where it needs to go. So that's all my blank paper. And I did cut some papers, you know, just from little notepads or jot pads. And then I have my zip pockets that I ordered from Paper Chase with more cards in there. This is a craft envelope that I have receipts in. And this is the top loading envelope where I keep my coupons and my cash. And I may need to take this notepad out of here to get rid of some bulk, but I'm not sure. I like having it back here for now. Up here I just stuck this in with extra of my checklist for my to-do list each day. And like I said, that's how I'm going to keep track of everything from now on. At least I'm going to try, test it out, see what happens. To keep my to-do list and jot a note if anything in particular happens that day that I know I want to remark on in here on my page. So this is going to stay open up here on my table so I can come work on it when I feel like it. And I can just put my notes in when I need to. And I want to see how this goes. Oh, I still am going to make more card holders out of cardstock, which I will do a video on that whenever I do that. This right here is just a money holder that's, you know, you give for a gift when you put the money in the card. I got a package of these at Dollar Tree, and I just cut across the top, punched it, and I taped the bottom together with double-sided tape so that they wouldn't fall through. That's how that one's there. And these are made with that business card holder. I do have a video showing how I made those. So if you're interested in that, look at just check the list of videos. And it's maybe not the last video, but the video before when I did that tutorial. And that's it, folks. If you guys have any questions about my flip through, how that's working out with the Hobonichi being in this book, or how I plan on using my pocket Filofax, then just put it down in the comments section and I will get back to you as soon as possible. You guys have a great day, and I will see you next time.